Hello, this is a Plat 1 Reaper, Sojourn, Bastion, and Symmetra VOD review. A lot of characters, and I did go through this. It was too long, so I'm just gonna redo it. You have basically just a problem on all the characters of positioning, and it's causing some issues. So we'll go through the key moments here. But we're starting on Reaper. We're going through, and their characters basically just spam. Junkrat, Hazard, Roadhog, just a bunch of spam damage. So we gotta try and just figure out how to get through this choke point is number one. And so we'll go to your next life. So we know there's a bunch of spam in the choke point. Our tanks aren't really doing much, but we gotta try and find a way through this choke. So clearing the venture is good. What I do have a problem with is you think like, oh, we got the venture, we'll just go back. But we're just crossing through the spam again. So we're gonna give you a redo. Like, what would you do from here? And the answer is really one of two things: either keep going, wrap to this side of statue where these guys can't see you, keep going on the venture, the tanks, and all that, break it open that way. The other option is you can actually just wait for your teleport again. And instead of doing what you do, which is like teleport here where everyone can see you, you gotta try and get closer. So the answer is kind of here, which is sort of a niche map thing. Reaper's gotta really know the map, but you can at least get to Cafe from here. Farm this Roadhog, he'll probably try and hook you back up, go in Cafe, and that way you're not crossing the spam alley. Especially in like Plat Gold, there'll be all this spam coming one way, and you gotta just break out of it through something like this, or a long flank. But yeah, more spam, we're trying not to get killed. You can do this teleport, you can just send it down so you don't want people to see you teleporting as Reaper, because you're not really that fast and you've got the shortest range in the server, so. That Discord's not great, team's not doing anything, we go back. And if you're gonna do this, just set up as early as possible and keep wrapping. So you can come out here, like teleport here, and just keep going, keep going, keep going. And then once you get to around here, and here, you have the option to basically just plop yourself down in front of people. And then you're finally in Reaper's effective range. It's basically the goal. So you gotta get creative with these teleports to get close, and these are the way you do it. You're so far away, you can't do anything. This hesitation is especially bad. You need to just pick these guys, blast them down, or Cafe. And I know they have a Junkrat, but I mean, you're Reaper, so it's basically 50-50. You can wraith through his Throne Mine. If you know it's coming, or an Honest Sleep Dart, if you know it's coming, wraith and just keep going. But you gotta just try and get in your range and kill someone, because it's like, this whole game's just too far away, too far away, too far away. And by the time we do something, then like, they're back to spamming main by the time we actually choose, so. That's fine. We go Sojourn, which at least she has some range. Two support ults and we stay choke. That's unforgivable. I'm sorry. You can do this slide play now, by the way, that you have some range and just shoot down at people. You can slide onto the statue. That way you at least have something versus like hog hook or hazard, and just send it. If you get hog hooked, oh well. See that green stuff? That's your insurance. You need to just. There's a few times this game. If there are tons of ultimates, you need to get in there with your team. Like, shooting the hogs alright, but... But yeah, we clean up.
Nice work, team.
And we like wide peek this, take all the spam, and then we have to burn our slide, which... It's horrible. The Junkrat actually tires at the worst possible moment. But it was just, you should have had your slide here. There's no reason to just sort of dance in the spam again and then go, oh, I've been anti'd and damaged for a second or 2 seconds. I should like leave, but. And they're camping us, we come out. And that was actually a good vortex because it clears the ram out, so that was a thoughtful one. And you do better this life, I think, of actually going. Yeah, we can go back or healed or try and go in here, but we're at least making ourselves a factor here. So that's good, we clear them all, and then we gotta think, this is where positioning comes up again. Because notice how like your Venture wants to come up here, your Echo wants to come up here. We spend the whole game on payload, almost the whole game on payload. And this is more aggressive, so I understand if you want to be here now, your slide comes off cooldown and then you can slide away if the hazard comes after you. But I mean, just the angles they're getting are so much better than you're in Spam Alley. And we'll see how it goes, but like that anti and this vortex, they're not even really meant for you. They're just coming out like, oh, payload, let me chuck it here, and then you get hit by Junkrat and Ana over and over and over again, like accidentally, which is why it's good to not just be camping payload all game. Good slide.
This ends now.
And this is another positioning thing. I'm just gonna ask you, like, what do you think you should do? Because they're volunteering to peek you, but they can just sit here and heal Ram, like no biggie. Oh, Ram's putting up his shield. What should we be doing if we're ulting? We should be getting a better angle, and I think it's here. You need to risk it and just send up here, because there's gonna be a shield, and like the point's not gonna break unless you do something here. So you should just totally send the slide. If you die, so be it. But you have your ult as insurance, so you at least have a pretty good shot at just beaming down these guys. And a whole lot of nothing. Their tanks feed, like their Ram should have just kept tucked in until your ult ended, but he didn't, so. And they just give it to you. But we're coming up to another spot. They're on Mauga now. And I'm going to ask you, like, what do you think you should be doing right now from what we've just said on positioning? Well, what would be a good spot to be in? Because that slam wasn't even meant for you again. I definitely think it should be here by the health pack. So let's go back 20 seconds. Like, we come out, like, we might get the Zen, slide on him, or catch him rotating out, but we just get all this charge off these guys. They might not even want to come forward if they see you here, but you can do all this spam. You've got good vortex damage on the corner because you're elevated. And you can just farm this guy. Farm these guys. Instead, we're just being a payload stander again. And we really got nothing to shoot at. Our supports don't know we're hurt because we're behind them, so you should just grab a health pack. And I mean, you can even send a slide in when you see your ult, because, like, honestly, even if you slid to here, you'd have that barrier for a few seconds, so, but we're just, you're hard capped if you keep playing like this. You'll never get to like high diamond or masters, or just you're just not having enough of an impact. But it's scary because these, you said in the post, these are the best guys you've faced so far, But you still need to send these plays and see what works and what doesn't.
Disrupting.
And even here, like, we need the payload, I think, to get up here with a slide. I play more Reaper and Bastion. But we can at least try and get here or up here. If we can get up here, oh boy, that Vortex area damage is so good. And we can actually get some picks and basically end the attack right now. And your team's doing it, so being payload isn't horrible if your team's already here. Like, being the third person here might not be that great, but just from what we've seen all game, you've been payload standing, so. They just hit a good shot. Same thing, like if everyone's on this corner and you want to dig them out, just swing this way, and you can get some damage. And it's a far range too. Like if Hazard says, "Oh no, someone's being aggressive, I'll jump at them," that is really risky because he is jumping through a lot of teammates' line of sight. So this is safe and it's good pressure. So. Good rail. Same thing, like we're in a Kitsune and we still want to be behind our supports. Send a slide here. The Hazard might even kill you, but look, there's 4 teammates that can see you that are in a Kitsune. So if he does, it'll be a trade. We gotta just make a play here. We're wasting our Kitsune. If we do nothing, especially in higher ranks, like this Hazard would just hide this. This Imago would just hide this. They'd go to here, wait 4 seconds, and then retake, and then nothing. So if you're not going to make a play off this, they'll just leave. But I mean, this is the best play we've made all game, because we got Kitsune help, take the duel, why not? And I mean, we missed the shots probably because you're nervous, like you're taking a duel, like that's kind of nerve-wracking. So that's why our aim was all over the place, but it was still a good play. And this is the Sojourn specific thing. I don't play as much Sojourn, but you've got these tanks here. You can just spam them, get your rail, and then go back to the Zen, because 50% isn't enough to actually get anyone. That was a good Vortex, though. Like, you wouldn't expect the guy to just run out, but that was a good Vortex, and we just don't have enough charge to... And that's the second bad rail, or second thing with the rail we need to go over. Like, you railed his block.
60 seconds.
Caught in 4K, and it did like 50 damage. So Hazard's block isn't even that great, but you still, if you just wait the block out, he's dead. And even here, you gotta know his DPS, he's actually can't really kill you. Because he's just gonna get shot in the back and he has no health. Hazard is... you've really gotta keep your health as Hazard, or else you actually can't make plays. Like, right here, I would just stay and fight this guy. Maybe, but you got the slide. If you take like 150 more damage, you can try and slide out. But like, see all that echo help that was gonna come because your teammates have line of sight. So it's actually pretty safe to be here, unless the Hazard has full HP, climbs up, sends the wall here so your team can't help, and then you slide away. But he didn't do that. You were actually safe there, so.
This ends now.
And we win an attack, or we almost cap attack, but we'll go to the defense.
We're in this together, all of us.
Mother's work is never done.
The Hashimoto are a massive force, with a lot more fire.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
They're coming out. They're on Hazard and Diva. And they're on Widow, so being this passive against a Widow does make sense. because you can't get picked, and it's not like their Widow can really attack unless she makes an aggressive rotate here. She can't do anything, in which case she actually becomes a target if she comes this close. So that's fine. And that yeah, that Maga needs to just hide from Widow or play better, but and that's what I was talking about with Reaper. Like, you just make this long rotate, but if you start early, you can be here by the time your team comes, and he's just trying to get closer. So that's what I was saying on the Reaper, and that's what it kind of looks like from the other point of view. But what you can do instead of like looking at him and being scared is just look for this cafe. And you can get a rail on him or try and catch the Zen rotating. You can at least do something by sort of keeping an eye on cafe. Because yeah, you'd get the half HP Junkrat with full rail. Or at least be able to do something, because they just suck all the space away from you guys, and then it's kind of hard to... Yeah, that was part on your Maga for dying early, but you also just kind of gave up all the space and died, so... That's why even if there's a Widow, you might try and play here, or do what I said with the cafe. Like, you can sort of fight for space, even if there's a Widow, instead of just giving it all up and getting surrounded and having stuff like that happen. But now we're Bastion, and I don't even know why we swap here, because they have a D.Va, so...
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
But we're coming out. And is this when they send the D.Va ult? I forget. Yeah, it is. And that sticky bomb's your escape too, because you saw her ult and then you stickied. I think you didn't think the ult would land in the worst possible spot, but that sticky can be an escape tool too. Like sticky jump here, or sticky jump back if you absolutely need to. But that's your escape tool, is sticky jumps. And that was just a good ult by D.Va, but the fact once we saw it was coming here, we could have sticky jumped. We're coming back. And we're kind of getting stuck here, like we're hesitant, we don't want to go forward. I'll give you the, what should we do? What's a good place to sort of fight back against these guys without standing in main? And the answer would be this little staircase here, because they're all playing here. You can send a sticky here. You're out of Junkrat's spam range. He has to actually hit a skill shot. You've still got good range on these guys, so Hazard will probably die to Zarya if he jumps you. So this is the way you sort of claw your way out of this choke point, is usually there'll be something like this on a map that you can use. Especially now that the BAP's up here now, like a bell should really be ringing. Okay, they're all here. I need to get a better angle on these guys, because I don't want to just go main, get surrounded, and die, like we've been doing. We're basically just hoping they feed into our turret form, or our assault form, or whatever. But if they don't do that, then like now what? If the tank doesn't feed and you get an easy kill with assault form, now what? And we can at least get up to here. We can at least sort of get ready out of the Widow's sight line and a little closer. And then we can use assault form and we've got a better shot, but yeah, we're just a sitting duck. Luckily the Widow goes for Kiri and not us, but they could have, like, we're just floundering. And that wouldn't have got us. He was basically just sending it down main, so if we were here or here, we'd be safe. But until our tanks touch the payload. Going assault form for the damage reduction was a smart thing though, but
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
From imperfection.
And this is when we send the sim swap. It's fine if we just want to just commit to camping, which we're on defense, so that's fine. If we just say, okay, we're camping this corner, and that's just how we'll play. But send some turrets out. Like here or here. Okay, we chucked a few, but they're just at a random wall. The thing is, they can just shoot these. You want them to create a crossfire. So you would send them something like here. And that way, as soon as anyone comes through this area or swings on your team, as soon as they can see you guys, they're also getting beamed by a turret. And it's frustrating to have that happen at the same time. If you just throw spam turrets, they'll break them right away. So the turrets are basically just a crossfire on the corner you're trying to defend. And this beam is strong, so the fact that you don't just walk and kill this hazard is just showing the sphere. You gotta recognize, oh, I've got cover, oh, the tank's here. You gotta start recognizing these safe situations to move forward under. And this is safe. That beam will absolutely melt him. And you've got payload. So it's just, what do you think? You gotta be willing to take this risk. Even if Diva dives you and Zen hits you, I mean, it would be really hard to kill you if you go here. So just send it. And he's gonna get healed, and ultimately you're, I think, yeah, it was some Diva Bomb shenanigans, but if the hazard was dead, you guys would have a shot. So we've just not made a lot of plays on any of the characters, so that's why I'm just calling it. You have a positioning mistake on everything, and changing to the fourth character won't help. I know having a few characters is good, but rarely would you play 4 heroes in one map. So on Reaper, get closer, find safe ways to get closer. On Sojourn and Bastion, find better angles to shoot people, and on Sim, you're locking down an area. But you gotta play the characters right with the angles and the positioning, and I hope all these examples help. So that's the shorter version. Good luck.